Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to the Mystic Messenger Tarot. This is your reading for April 2019. And happy belated spring equinox. That happened on March 20th. I hope it was kind to you. And there'll be a new moon in Aries on April 5th. So the sun will be in Aries as well as the moon. So that's time to check in with that wonderful active fire energy. And let's see what else is happening. About mid-month, the three outer planets will be going retrograde. So that is Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn. And this will affect mostly the fixed signs of Scorpio, Leo, Taurus, and Aquarius. So, and that's kind of about aha moments, revelations, things like that. And then the full moon this month will be in Libra on the 19th. That's also about change and revelation. So we have all that to look forward to. And of course, the psychic community is still reeling from that Uranus shift into Taurus month or so ago. That is also that sense of revolution, and Uranus stays in one place for quite a while. I forgot exactly how many years, but around 7, 9, something like that, but it's for a very long time. So that's the change that we've been experiencing. And the good thing is that Mercury has gone direct as of March 29th, and it will stay there until July. Yes. So Mercury retrograde in Pisces was all those little difficulties in communications, getting our feelings hurt, Facebook not working, car problems, electrical problems, things like that. So pretty much April is time to wipe the slate clean, and May will be time to rebuild. So we get to sit a little bit and feel things out this month. Releasing control and trusting the process is always a good rule of thumb. So, all right, let me find my space, Sagittarius. This want to be shuffled a little bit more. Okay. There we go. I'd like to welcome in all the planets. Welcome in all the directions. What is above, so it is below. And this is a reading for Sagittarius for the month of April, year 2019. Ooh, joyful family stuff. Yay! Celebrations. And floating. Looks like maybe you don't have to be so much in control, Sagittarius. Let's see. Celebration, possible commitment, Page of Wands. Usually that messages. Knight of Wands, that's motion. These can be people. These are fire signs as well, so it can indicate you, Sagittarius. So, Death card, the ending of something. The Hermit. You've got two isolation cards here. So, and an upside down Ace. And an upside down Trapped. Okay. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Wow, it looks like you made some radical change recently is what I'm picking up here. Okay, and now it's time to rebuild a bit. So, let's take it from the beginning. This is a 10. 10s are the endings of something. This is the happy family card. This is the joyful card. Emotionally fulfilled card. So, of course, cups are about emotions. It can be about love. This is about family. This is, getting things together. And because you were crossed with the kind of floating card, it does feel like you've made some decisions about the family, whether it is to recommit in a relationship, release a relationship, but there does feel like whatever that decision was, that it has benefited the entire family. So if it is releasing a relationship or committing to a relationship, it does feel like that is benefiting those around you. And it does feel like just allow yourself to float a little bit. Allow yourself to float. You've got a couple of the sitting in contemplation cards. This is also allowing others to kind of row the boat, if you will, to be completely literal. But it does look like you have some thinking to do on your next step. So take this month and just allow yourself to be intrinsic. Go inside yourself. See what next step would be most beneficial for you. It does feel like some of the decision making of the past is no longer on your plate. You might have been making decisions for others and have changed that agreement a bit. That seems to be a running theme in mostly all of the readings this month, is really kind of taking back your power, not making decisions for others, or not cleaning up messes for bad decisions of others type of thing. Just like being really responsible for yourself and not so much other people's choices that were maybe not so good. So it looks like you're not the cleanup person this month, and that you're just going to sit and float and think about it. It does feel like the swords are lighting up for me, and that is the intellect. So it does feel like you have to gather some more information in general before you make that next step into your future. Are you going back to school? Are you moving to another country? Or opening a business? But it does feel like something grand is on the horizon that you've been contemplating for a while, but you want to get your ducks in a row type of thing. And whatever decisions are made will once again affect the family. So it does feel like you are really taking your time in figuring things out, which is, I know, unusual for Sagittarius, but it does look like the cards are telling you to slow down a bit, fire sign, take a look at everything and the results of those choices. So here is a 4. This is the 4 of Pentacles. This is kind of like going into the cave. This can also be like running away a little bit, maybe not making decisions, holding on to things very tightly. This can be, you know, saving your money a little bit, or saving up stuff, but it does look like you have extricated yourself from certain situations and are just kind of going with the flow a little bit and slowing your roll a little bit. But this does indicate that you might be escaping decisions or escaping responsibilities. So make sure whatever responsibilities that you are letting go for right now are not your own, that they won't affect you financially. These discs are lighting up for me, so do what you need to do. If that means filing your taxes instead of putting them off, please do so, Sagittarius. Next is another 4, and this is celebratory. This is a commitment, making a commitment with someone. It is next to the family stuff, so there might have been a little shakeup in the family dynamic. There may have even be a separation or a divorce in order to recommit to yourself or recommit to someone else. But this does feel like a celebration, a sense of freedom. It is in the past position, so it's something you have already experienced. If you haven't already experienced it or about to experience it, it is in the past, so it's something that you have full knowledge of. The Page of Wands is here, and Wands or fire, that's also your sign. This is motion. Pages are about messages. So an important message concerning your current situation or work or a social situation is coming up. So this may be an invitation. This may be, you know, some legal document you've been waiting for a while. But it's an important message that you will get concerning this situation, so you'll be able to make those decisions a little clearer. You've got the Hermit here and the 4. So stay tuned. Check those emails and check your physical mailbox, but it does look like some information will come to you. And you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be mailed to you. You could just meet a friendly stranger in the frozen food section, and you have an aha moment just by discussing something for a moment. So be open to all forms of information that come to you, and it does look like you will get what you need. The Knight of Wands is here, and knights are about motion. So it does feel like when you get all this information, you've done your research and your thinking, then it's time to put a fire under that and start moving that along. Knights also can stand for a fire sign. Of course, that can be Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. And this actually does feel like a person. It feels like there is something that you must complete with someone that is either emotionally young or under 30. Most likely a fire sign again, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. And it does look like some deed or something has been left undone for this to progress. So it does feel like there is either an outstanding debt that is due, that you either owe someone or something. So make sure you clean up whatever this is, but it requires a little movement. It requires a little effort on your part. It does look like it is a small thing, but it does feel like it is a promise or something that you have made to another person in order to get this ball rolling. So it may be a project that is due, that you need to meet a deadline on, and this person feels a little anxious about it. So communication would be a good thing here. A little communication on where you are, either in the project or in the situation. It does feel more work related than interpersonal. So communicate if those projects are going to be late, and it does feel like the final thing that you have to get off of your plate. So are you going to a new job and you got to finish this project before you head to the next one, something like that? That's just a general assumption, shall I say, but it does feel like some motion is in order. You have a lot of wands right here, a lot of wands. So time to come out of the cave a little bit, Sagittarius, and put a little motion behind those ideas. Clean up what you can so you can move on to the next thing. The Death card is here. This is the ending of something. It doesn't necessarily mean it is a person. It can mean a person who has transitioned into the other world, but no, I don't think so. This is the ending of something. This could be ending a contract for a job. This could be ending a relationship, friendship. Something is coming to an end, but it feels like a relief a bit more than a sadness. It feels like a sense of freedom. So for those of you that have been struggling in a relationship that isn't working, it does feel like you have made the decision to release part of that. I don't know if you have decided to completely release, but it does feel like there are some endings that will benefit those in that situation and in that relationship. But it does feel like there's some endings coming, if they haven't already begun. The Hermit is here, and the Hermit, unlike the Four, it's a solitude card, but it's not like a running away from responsibilities or avoiding paying something. It's more like going to the top of the mountain and being very still and listening to the God of your heart, listening to spirits, and see what comes back, the echo in the mountaintops type of thing. So the Hermit encourages us to go intrinsically, go inside yourself to find the answers, and kind of block out everybody else's opinion and just sit quietly and listen, which is kind of validating this too. Sit quietly. You don't have to run the show. You don't have to clean up other people's messes, things like that. You have some new beginnings happening for you, Sagittarius, with the Death card here. That tells me new beginnings, that you have really ended either relationships, jobs, houses, family dynamics. Something has ended, and it can mean, of course, a physical death. And some of you may be experiencing the trauma from that. So the Hermit encourages us to go to the top of the mountain, listen carefully, and enjoy the stillness, as well as listening to the God of your heart, or tree, or whatever is your higher power. So the Ace of Pentacles is here. It is upside down. Usually aces are like sudden things. They're hands of God. It is upside down. So it does look like your money may be challenged, is what I'm picking up. Pentacles are money, material things. So with this change that has happened, and if it is a separation, of course, that will affect your money one way or the other. So it does feel like this wasn't a sudden decision. It was something that was you took great care in, and made this decision with the utmost of awareness. So this Ace of Pentacles is just kind of there to remind you that it will get better. Yes, you may have to realign your finances a bit with this change, whether for the positive or the negative. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a drain. It just means that it has changed in some form or fashion. So, but it does feel like you are on the right path now. The Ace of Pentacles, you know, all aces are hands of God stuff. That is our karma stuff. So it does feel like you have made a choice that is ultimately benefiting you. You have the High Priestess here, and that is when we grow. When we grow spiritually, emotionally, physically from a decision, a very difficult decision. And it does look like that decision was not taken lightly. So we have the upside down 8 here. This is one of feeling trapped. Of course, it is upside down. So it does feel like that you have a new sense of freedom. With after you made this decision, it was like a big load was lifted from your shoulders, and you have been kind of set free from your own thinking. It does feel like there was a point where you were overthinking, you were kind of trapped in your mind, and you may have felt trapped in a relationship, trapped in a job, trapped in a situation. But this does look like with this ending and new beginnings, that you are no longer feeling that sense of entrapment, that you are really embracing healing, and that you have a newfound sense of freedom. It may be a little confusing on what to do with that new sense of freedom, what new projects to pick up, where you should go, what you should do, but you do have many, many choices. So one at a time, and you'll be okay. Don't overfill your plate once you have this new sense of freedom. You don't want to reload the plate again now that you have released a lot of things. So it does look like choosing carefully, and you have more than one choice. And it may not feel like it now, but all of a sudden things will present to you. This also feels like social things, you know, barbecues, bar mitzvahs, whatever it is. It does look like more invitations will be coming. It does look like there are other ways of making money that you have considered in the past that are more in focus now. So it looks like you have a little bit more limitless choices is what's coming to me. Limitless choices, not just one. The High Priestess is here to remind us of the growth that you've gone through. You know, you've pretty much walked through fire the last year, it feels like, and that you're really coming to center and really enjoying some things that you have not enjoyed in quite a while. The columns here are lighting up. You're finding the balance in life. The duplicity in life is kind of present, the yin and the yang, but you're really becoming more and more focused and more in balance. The cross is lighting up, so it does feel like gifting yourself with that sense of trust and faith in yourself, not so much religion. But faith in yourself and the journey. And it does look like you've released a lot of judgment and a lot of things that were holding you back from your own path. But it does look like almost like a rebirth for you, Sagittarius. How wonderful. Congratulations. That was a lot of work to do. So you get to float a little bit this month. So that's your general reading. And I'd like to throw a couple of these goddess guidance cards. They were gifted to me by my dear friends, the Mystic Sisters in Wisconsin. So let's see what goddesses. Oh, Kuan Yin, compassion. Release judgments about yourself and others. Focus on the love and light that is within everyone. So, okay, it's really about going within this month and trusting yourself, really trusting yourself, and be as compassionate with yourself as you are with others. Oops. That's not the way. Okay, good old Kuan Yin. You gotta love her. She's great. All right, let's see who else. And Bast. And it's about independence. Your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. So this more and more and more is feeling that there was either a separation from someone emotionally, or a job, or moving, something like that. So it does feel like you are much more independent a unit than you have been in the past. All right, sweet Sag, that is your reading for the month of April. If you like what you heard, please like, share, and subscribe. I'll be back for your May reading soon. And in the meantime, live life gently, but with fire. Namaste.